Hello students, good morning, adab, assalam, sat sri akal, namaskar. This is your host and host Arshad Inam welcomes you to my channel. Today we are discussing about the 15th important questions of the chapter number 1 of class 10th. The chapter name is chemical reaction and equations, and these are the only 15 questions which are appear repeatedly in the different exams of the different states and levels. So without wasting the time, let's start. Question number 1: what happens with the balanced equation in each case? Number 1: hydrated ferrous sulfate crystals are strongly heated. So when green colored ferrous sulfate, that is green vitriol, is heated, it first loses water and the color changes to form anhydrous ferrous sulfate. When we heated ferrous sulfate, green vitriol, lightly, so it first dehydrated, and in the second step, when ferrous sulfate heated, so it decomposes into ferric oxide, sulfur dioxide, and sulfur trioxide. Number second, lead nitrate is strongly heated. When white colored lead nitrate is heated, brown fumes of nitrogen dioxide are found to evolve. A yellow residue of lead oxide is left behind. रिएक्शन दी हुई है, इसको अच्छे से याद कर लीजिएगा. Question number 3: potassium chlorate is heated. Potassium chlorate on heating gives potassium chloride with evolution of oxygen gas in presence of manganese dioxide. Reaction is mentioned. Number 4: steam is passed over heated iron. So when steam is passed over heated iron, so magnetic oxide is formed, Fe3O4. 5: water is added over magnesium nitride. So when magnesium nitride treated with water, so result in the formation magnesium hydroxide, that is milk of magnesia, and ammonia gas are formed. All the reactions are given already, remember them. Question number 2: which subsistent acts as a reducing agent in the following reaction? So students, in this reaction, chlorine add hydrogen, so it is reduced and act as an oxidizing agent, whereas sulfur remove hydrogen, it is oxidized and hence act as reducing agent. Question number 3: can we place silver nitrate solution in an iron vessel? Why or why not? So students, no, we cannot place silver nitrate solution in an iron vessel because iron is more reactive in a reactivity series than silver. So following reaction takes place. Question number 4: why gold and silver not corrode in moist air? The answer is gold and silver lie very low in the activity series of metals. Thus, they are very less reactive and hence do not corrode in moist air. Question number 5: why is the amount of the gas collected in one of the test tubes double of the amount collected in the other test tube in the electrolysis of the water? So students, as I already explained in the class about the electrolysis, so on electrolysis water decomposes according to the reaction. Thus water decomposes to give hydrogen and oxygen in the ratio of 2 proportion 1 by volume, the double bond of the gas collected. Question number 6: identify the substance oxidized and reduced in the following equation. So in the first reaction, sodium add oxygen to form sodium oxide, so it is oxidized, and oxygen add sodium, so it is reduced. Hence in the reaction, reactant is sodium and oxidant is oxygen. In the second equation, copper oxide loses copper and reduced, and hydrogen adds oxygen to oxidize. So reductant is hydrogen and oxidant is CuO. Question number 3: potassium add hydroxyl ion, so it is oxidized, and H2O loses oxygen, so it is reduced. So in this reaction, reductant is potassium and oxidant is water molecule. So students, as I already explained about the redox reaction, so the substance which oxidizes is called reductant and the which reduce is called oxidant. Question number 7 is the same question. Explain the following term: oxidation and reduction. So oxidation is defined as a process which involves gain of oxygen or any other electronegative species, loss of hydrogen or any other electropositive species. For example, in the first example, magnesium gain oxygen, so it is oxidized. In the second example, hydrogen gain oxygen, so oxidation of hydrogen occur. Number second part, reduction is defined as a process which involves loss of oxygen or any other electronegative species, gain of hydrogen or any other electropositive species. For example, in the first example, zinc oxide lose oxygen, so it is reduced, and in the second equation, iron lose electrons, so it is also reduced. क्वेश्चन नंबर 8, आंसर द फॉलोइंग क्वेश्चंस. बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है. तो नंबर 1, why do we apply paint on iron articles? So students, as you already know that paint covers the surface of the iron articles, hence moist air cannot come directly in contact with iron. As a result, it cannot attack iron and prevent rusting. Second part, oil and fat containing food items are flushed with nitrogen. Why? Because in the presence of the oxygen of air, the fats present in the fatty food are oxidized to compound which have a bad smell, and food become rancid. Flushing with nitrogen cuts off oxygen and protects the food from rancidity. Part third, a shiny brown colored element acts on heating in air becomes black colored. Name the element X and black substances. So the element X must be copper, because it is shiny brown colored element which on heating in air combines with oxygen of air to form black copper oxide. So reaction is given. Question number 9, write one equation each for decomposition reaction where energy is supplied in the form of heat, light and electricity. So students, as I also explained in the class about the decomposition reactions, so decomposition reactions are those reactions in which a big molecule splits into a simpler molecules with the help of the heat, light and electricity. So decomposition reactions involving absorption of heat. When calcium carbonate heated, so it is decomposed into quicklime and carbon dioxide. Decomposition reaction involving absorption of light. When silver chloride exposed to the light, so it decomposes into silver and chlorine gas. Similarly, hydrogen peroxide on exposing in the light decomposes into water and oxygen. And decomposition reactions involving absorptions of the electrical energy. So when water molecule electrolyzes, so it is decomposes into hydrogen and oxygen gas in the proportion of 2:1. Question number 10, what do you mean by precipitation reaction? Give example. So when on mixing the clear solutions of two ionic compounds, an insoluble solid is formed that separates out the solid, called precipitate, and the reaction is called a precipitation reaction. So these are the two examples. In the first example, barium chloride when mixed with sodium sulfate, so barium sulfate ppt is formed. Whereas in the second equation, when silver nitrate and sodium chloride react together, so white ppt of the silver chloride is formed. Question 11, why is respiration considered as an exothermic reaction? Explain. So students, rice, potatoes, bread, etc. that we eat contain starch. On digestion, it breaks down into glucose. The air we breathe and during respiration oxidizes glucose into carbon dioxide and water with the liberation of heat, which provides our body with the required energy. Hence, respiration is considered as an exothermic reaction. Reaction is given. Question number 12, what do you mean by exothermic and endothermic reactions? Give example. So बहुत important question है, अच्छे से इसको learn कीजिएगा. Those reactions in which heat is evolved during the reaction are called exothermic reactions. For example, burning of coke, burning of natural gas and respiration reactions already are given, so you can learn them from here. Endothermic reaction are those reactions in which heat is absorbed during the reaction. For example, reaction of coke and steam, formation of nitric oxide and decomposition of mercuric oxide, all are the examples of the endothermic reaction. So students, these 6 reactions are most important, so remember them. Question number 13, write the balanced chemical equation. So students, this question is also most important question, और दूसरी तरह का कोई क्वेश्चन भी आ सकता है. So इस तरह के क्वेश्चंस को स्टूडेंट्स सॉल्व करने के लिए हमें पहले केमिकल फार्मूले बनाना आना बहुत ज़रूरी है, जैसा कि मैंने इस एग्जांपल में साइड में दिया हुआ है, तो ध्यान से देखिएगा. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, बेरियम क्लोराइड प्लस एल्यूमिनियम सल्फेट व्हेन रिएक्ट विद द गिव बेरियम सल्फेट एंड एल्यूमिनियम क्लोराइड. सो फार्मूले यूजिंग द क्रॉस मेथड मैंने पहले ही साइड में दिए हुए हैं, सो आप उनको लर्न कर लीजिएगा. तो फर्स्ट, इन द फर्स्ट स्टेप वी हैव टू राइट द स्केलेटन इक्वेशन. इन द सेकंड स्टेप, सेलेक्टिंग द बिगेस्ट फार्मूला एंड बैलेंसिंग इट्स एलिमेंट्स. दैट इज aluminium atom on LHS is equals to right, whereas aluminium atom on RHS is 1. So multiply aluminium trichloride on RHS by 2. So we get the given reaction. Then sulfur atom on LHS are 3, whereas sulfur atom on RHS is 1. So multiply barium sulfate on RHS by 3. So we get the next equation. Oxygen atoms are automatically balanced. Then barium atoms on LHS is 1 and barium atoms on RHS are 3. So multiply barium chloride on LHS by 3. So we get this reaction is balanced chemical equation because chlorine atom also automatically balanced. Hence the reaction enclosed in the bracket is the required balanced chemical equation. Question number 14 answers the following question. First part, why does the color of the copper sulfate changes when an iron nail is dipped into it? The answer is iron is more reactive than copper. It displaces copper from copper sulfate solution. So according to the reaction, when blue solution react with the iron, so green colored ferrous sulfate solution is given. Number part 2, why do fireflies glow at night? Fireflies glow at night due to oxidation of the protein luciferin present in the fireflies by atmospheric oxygen in the presence of enzyme luciferase, thus accompanied by emission of light. Part 3, why do we store silver chloride in dark colored bottle? So answer is silver chloride in the presence of light decomposes to form silver and chlorine gas. Dark colored bottles cut off the light and hence prevent decomposition of silver chloride. Part 4, give an example of double displacement reaction which is already given. And question number last 15 answers the following questions. Number 1, define neutralization. Give 2 examples. This is the common reaction. Answer, a reaction in which an acid reacts with a base to form salt and water is called neutralization reaction. For example, example 1 and 2 are the example of neutralization reaction. Part 2, give examples of everyday life situation where redox occur. So rusting and tarnishing are the 2 examples. For example, rusting of iron when iron is oxidized to iron oxide, rusting of iron, and second part, turning of silver jewelry due to the act of the hydrogen sulfide gas of air to form silver sulfide. Both the reactions are given already. So students, these were the 15 most important questions of the chapter 1 of class 10th, chemical reactions and equations. So students, बहुत मेहनत करने के बाद मैंने ये 15 क्वेश्चंस निकाले हैं जो कहीं ना कहीं मुझे एग्ज़ाम में मिले हैं और कभी ना कभी वो एग्ज़ाम में अपीयर हुए हैं. तो इन क्वेश्चंस को आप पहले नोट डाउन कीजिएगा और फिर उनको अच्छे से लर्न कीजिएगा. केमिकल फार्मूले और रिएक्शंस बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट हैं जो इनडायरेक्टली तरीके से भी आपके एग्ज़ाम में, आपके टेस्ट में आ सकते हैं. सो आप इनको अच्छे से लर्न कर लीजिएगा. और अगर आपको किसी क्वेश्चन में कोई डाउट है या कोई क्वेरी है या फिर आप किसी और टॉपिक पर मेरी वीडियो चाहते हैं, सो आप मुझे नीचे कमेंट कर सकते हैं. इस वीडियो से रिलेटेड और बहुत सारी वीडियोस हैं जिनके लिंक्स मैं डिस्क्रिप्शन में दिए हुए हैं. सो दिस इज़ अरशद इनाम टुडे साइनिंग ऑफ. Have a nice day.